Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will be covering file handling in Python. I will explain file modes, file built-in functions and file built-in methods. And I will explain Python programs to create a file, read a file, write a file and append and delete a file. And I will explain Python program to copy text from one file to another file. And I will explain file object attributes, what is use of seek, tell, split, truncate and flush methods. And I will explain command line arguments, standard files and file system. In file system topic, I will explain OS module and sys module. And at last, I will explain persistent storage modules. I will explain pickle module, marshal module, shelve module and dbm package. Guys, whatever the topics that I am going to cover in this video, I provided all those topics in description. So before starting this video, please check in description. Guys, I have uploaded complete Python programming subject tutorials. I provide link in description, you can watch from there. If you are watching this video for the first time, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Let's get started. At first, I will explain file handling in Python. Python provides inbuilt functions for creating, writing and reading files. Python contains various types of built-in functions. By using those functions, we can create files, we can write data into that files and we can read those files. By using Python programming, we can handle two types of files. They are text files and binary files. Binary files are written in binary language, that is in the form of zeros and ones. Next, I will explain Python file modes. If you want to create new file, then you need to use X mode. By using X mode, we can create new file. If file is already present in my system, then it will display error. Next, I will explain what is use of W mode. W stands for write. If you want to add any text into your file, then you need to use write mode. Next one is A, that is append mode. Already some data is present in my file and I want to add some more data at last. So in order to add some more data at last, you need to use append mode. Next, I will explain R mode, where R stands for read. Whatever the text that is present inside my file, if you want to see the text in Python terminal, you need to use read mode. By using X mode, we can create file. By using write mode, we can add text into our file. Already some data is present in my file. If you want to add some more data at last, then you need to use append mode. Whatever the data that is present in my text file, if you want to see those data in Python terminal, you need to use read mode. By using read mode, we can read file. By using write mode and append mode, we can only add text into our file, but we cannot read that file. And similarly, by using read mode, we can only read that file, but we cannot add any text into that file. By using read place mode, write place mode and append place mode, we can perform both read and write operation. That is, we can read files and as well as we can add text into that file. All these modes are applicable only for text files. And for binary files, we use following modes, where XB stands for create binary. This mode is used to create binary file. And WB stands for write binary. If you want to add binary data into your file, you need to use write binary mode. AB stands for append binary. AB mode is used to append binary data into your file. And RB stands for read binary. We use this mode in order to read binary data. Read binary place, write binary place and append binary place. We use these modes in order to read binary data and as well as to write binary data. Next, I will explain file built-in functions and file built-in methods. There is only one file built-in function, that is open function. By using open function, we can open our file. Next, I will explain file built-in methods. These are various file built-in methods. First one is read method, second one is readline method and third one is readlines method. By using these three methods, we can read text data, that is nothing but whatever the data that is present in text file, we can see the data in my Python terminal. For example, there is one text file. The text file name is file.txt. This is text file. This text file contains data, that is hello. Now I want to see this data in my Python terminal. In order to see this file data in your Python terminal, you can use read method or readline method or readlines method. By using write method, we can write text. For example, there is text file. The text file name is hello.txt. This is text file. Now I want to add text, how are you, into this file hello.txt. In order to add text into this file, you need to use write method. For example, my text file name is hello.txt. Now I want to add text, how are you, into my file hello.txt. In order to add any text into your file, you need to use write method. After performing all these operations, at last we need to close our file. By using close method, we can close our file. Next one is seek method. For example, my text file name is file.txt. This text file contains data, that is hello, Hello. Whenever you open this file, your cursor will be at starting. H is present in index number 0, E in index number 1, L in index number 2, and L in index number 3, and O in index number 4. Whenever you open this file, at first your cursor will be at starting. By using tell method, we can find cursor position. My cursor is at starting, that is at index number 0. So you will get output 0. By using tell method, we can find cursor position. And next one is seek method. By using seek method, we can change cursor position. These are various file built-in methods. Guys, I will give some examples so that you can clearly understand what is use of these file modes, file built-in functions and file built-in methods. At first, I will explain how to create a file. At first, write a equal to, take open function. Inside open function, you need to write, for example, I want to create text file. The text file name is file.txt and I want to create that file in local disk D. So inside open function, write in quotations, I want to create text file in local disk D. The text file name is file.txt, close quotations, comma, xmode. By using xmode, we can create new file. Whenever I run this line of code, it will create one text file. The text file name is file.txt in local disk D. Whenever I run this line of code, it will create one text file in local disk D. The text file name is file.txt. By using xmode, we can create new file. For example, if this file.txt is already present in local disk D, then it will display error. Only if file does not exist, then it will create file. But if file is already present, then it will display error. This open function takes two parameters. They are file name and mode. After performing this operation, we need to close our file. By using close method, we can close our file. My file is present in object A. So just write here a.close. It will close my file. This is program in order to create a file. You can also create file by using append mode or write mode. I created one text file in local disk D with name file.txt. Now I want to add text hello into my file file.txt. So just write here a equal to open function. Inside open function, I want to open file. That file name is file.txt, which is present in local disk D. So just write here d:/file.txt, quotations close, comma. I want to add text hello. So you need to open this file in write mode. By using write mode, we can add text. So I open this file in write mode. My file is present in object A. So just write here a.write. By using write method, we can add text into our file. So inside write method, write text, that is hello. Whenever you run this line of code, it will add text hello into your file file.txt, which is present in local disk D. After performing this operation, at last we need to close our file. We can close our file by using close method. And my file is present in object A, so just write here a.close. Where write and close are methods, because we are including object name, that is a.write, a.close. So we call this write and close as methods. Where open is function, because we will not include object before function, just I written open, that's it. Next I will explain what is difference between write method and append method. Both write method and append method are used to add text into our file, but difference is that, for example, this is my file name is file.txt and this file contains information hello. And next I am writing program by using write method. Just write here a equal to open. That file name is file.txt, which is present in local disk D. So write here d:/file.txt, quotations close, comma. For both write method and append method, we use write mode. And next I want to add text how are you. So just write here a.write of how are you. Inside write method, I written how are you. And at last I written a.close. What this write method will do is, this write method will delete previous data which is present in my file and will add new data. So whenever I write here a.write of how are you, my file contains hello. So it will delete this hello and it will add how are you into my file. Write mode will delete previous data which is present in my file and it will add new data. Now my file contains how are you. Same example, just in place of writing a.write, just write here a.append. Difference between write and append method is, where write method will delete previous data and it will add new data, and whereas by using append, it will not delete data which is present in my file. It will just add this text at last. So whenever you write here a.append of how are you, it will not delete this hello and at last it will add how are you. How are you. Next I will explain how to read a file. For example, my file name is file.txt, which is present in local disk D, and this file contains text, that is how are you. Now I want to print how are you on my output screen. Reading a file is nothing but whatever the data that is present in my text file, I need to print those data in my output screen. There are three ways to read data. First one is by using read method, and next one by using readline method, and last one by using readlines method. I will write program. At first write a equal to, where a is object, and take open function. Inside open function, write file name. My file is present in local disk D, so write here d : file name is file.txt. Quotations close, comma. I want to read file, so you need to open this file in read mode. Don't use here write mode. If you want to read file, you need to use read mode, and if you want to add any text, then you need to use write mode. Here if you use write mode, it will display error, so don't use here write mode. Next write here print, because I want to print output. My file is present in object here, so just write here a.read. And at last we need to close our files. By using close method, we can close our file. Whenever you run this code, you will get output how are you, which is present in my file. So I will get output how are you. This is how we read a file. Reading is nothing but whatever the data that is present in my file, I am printing those data on my output screen. Read method is used to read complete data. So it will print complete data which is present in my file. So it will print complete how are you. For example, I want to print only how. I don't want to print are you, just I want to print how. Total there are 3 characters. In order to print only first 3 characters, then you can use readline method. Just in place of writing print a.read, just write here print a.readline of 3, because I want to read only first 3 characters, that is how. So just write here a.readline of 3. So whenever you run this code, you will get output how. Guys, in this text file, even space is also considered as single character. For example, I want to print how are. So h 1 character, 2, 3 and space 4 characters, 5, 6, 7. So whenever you write print a.readline of 7, you will get output how space are. Next I will explain what is use of readlines method. For example, my text file contains text, that is how are you, and in next line it contains my name is Sai. Just in place of writing print a.read, just write here print a.readlines, where readlines method will display output in the form of list, and my text file contains how are you and my name is Sai. So I will get output. Inside list it will print output, that is how are you, and in next line my name is Sai. So it will print output how are you /n, that is next line, comma my name is Sai in quotations. This is my output. For example, I don't want to print output in the form of list. I want to get output like how are you, and in next line it should print my name is Sai. You can achieve it by using for loop. Same program, just write here a equal to open. My file is present in local disk D with name file.txt. So take this in quotations, comma. I want to read file. So open this file in read mode. And next to take for loop, for x in a. My text file is present in object a. So just I written here for x in a, where x is variable name. Whatever the data that is present in my file, file.txt, all this data is transferred to variable x. Now this variable x contains how are you and my name is Sai. And whenever you write here print x, it will print output. So I'll get output how are you, and in next line it will print my name is Sai. Whenever you open any file, definitely we need to close that file. So definitely write here a.close. This is program in order to print output. Next I will explain how to delete a file. In order to delete any file, at first you need to import OS module. By using import keyword, you can import any module. This is program. At first write import OS, where OS stands for operating system. This is module. Next write OS, which is module name dot remove. By using remove function, you can remove any file. So just write an os dot remove. Inside brackets, you need to write file name. My file is present in local disk D with name file.txt. So just write here d : file.txt. Whenever you run this code, it will delete my file. Next I will explain what is use of seek and tell methods. Tell method returns the current file position, and whereas seek method is used to change file handle position. I'll give an example so that you can clearly understand what is use of this seek and tell methods. For example, there is text file in local disk D. The text file name is file.txt, and this file.txt contains text, that is engineering. At first we need to open this file. So write here a equal to, where a is object, a equal to open. Inside open function, I need to open this file. So in quotations write d : file name is file.txt, double quotations close, comma r plus mode. where rplace is used to perform both read and write operation. So I took here rplace mode. It will open this file, file.txt, and whenever it opens this file, cursor is at first position. Tell method is used to identify current file position. My cursor is at first position. So just I want to find cursor position. Write here print. My file is present in object A, so write here a.tell. Whenever I open this file, my file is at index number 0, that is first position. So whenever I run this line of code, it will display output 0 because my cursor is at index number 0. Next I am writing here a.seek of 4. Seek function is used to change file handle position. That is nothing but it is used to change cursor position. For example, I want to place cursor after 4 characters. I want to place cursor here. So just write here a.seek of 4. That is nothing but it will place my cursor after 4 characters. ENGI, it will place cursor here. Again I want to identify cursor position. So just write here print a.tell. This tell method is used to identify cursor position. Now my cursor is here in place of n. Now my cursor is at 4th position. So E in index number 0, N in index number 1, G in index number 2 and I in index number 3. Now my cursor is at index number 3. So I will get output index number 3. Where seek method is used to change cursor position, and whereas tell method is used to identify cursor position. It will display where cursor is located. And whenever you write here print a.read, you will get output. Actually my cursor is here. So it will not print ENGI. It will print from N. So I will get output NEERING. Because my cursor is at index number 3, so it will print data from index number 3. This is program. Once again I will explain this code where a.tell is used to identify cursor position. Whenever I open this file, my cursor is at index number 0. So whenever I write here print a.tell, I will get output 0. And similarly, I want to change cursor position to index number 3. That is nothing but I want to place my cursor after 4 characters. So just I written here a.seek of 4. It will place my cursor after 4 characters. And whenever I write here print a.tell, tell method is used to identify cursor position. Now my cursor is at index number 3, so I will get output 3. And similarly, whenever I write here print a.read, I will get output. My cursor is at index number 3, so it will print characters from index number 3, that is NEERING. This is my output. After performing these operations, at last we need to close our file. So just write here a.close. Close method is used to close file, where open is function and tell, seek, read and close are methods, because we written a.tell, a.seek and a.read and a.close. We will include object name before methods. Next I will explain Python program to copy text from one file to another file. For example, there are 2 files. One file name is file1.txt and another file name is file2.txt. And these both files are present in local disk D. And this file 1 contains text, that is hello. Now I want to copy data which is present in my file 1 to file 2. File 1 contains hello. Now I want to copy this hello to file 2. I want to copy hello to file2.txt. At first we need to read this data, so you need to open file1.txt in read mode. And next, now we need to write data which is present in file1.txt to file2.txt. So open this file2.txt in write mode. Write a equal to open. At first we need to open file1.txt in read mode. So in double quotations write local disk D file1.txt in read mode. Because at first we need to read this data. And similarly take another object, that is B, and open this file in write mode. Open file2.txt double quotations close comma write mode. At first we need to read hello, and after that we need to write hello to file2.txt. File 1 contains text, that is hello. Now hello is stored in object A. Next take for loop for I in A, where I is variable name. Whatever the data that is present in object A, this data is copied to variable I. Object A contains text hello. Whenever you write here for I in A, this data hello is copied to variable I. Now this variable I contains text, that is hello. Now we need to copy hello which is present in variable I to file2.txt. Just write here b.write of I. Meaning of this is, whatever the data that is present in variable I, we are copying this data to object B. Object B contains file2.txt. Now it will copy hello to object B. Now file2.txt contains hello. This is hello. We open 2 files. So at last we need to close these 2 files. So write a.close. That is nothing but we are closing this file 1. And similarly we are closing this file 2. File 2 is present in object B. So write here b.close. We closed these 2 files. This is program in order to copy text from one file to another file. Next I will explain file object attributes. Once we open any file, we can get various information about that file. There are three types of file attributes. First one is file.closed, and next one is file.mode, and next one is file.name. This file.closed attribute will return true if this file is closed. If file is not closed, it will display false. And next one is file.mode. For example, we open file, that file name is name.txt in read mode. So it will display output read mode. This file.mode will return access mode with which file was opened. And next one is file.name, where file.name attribute will return name of the file. For example, I opened file, that file name is name.txt in read mode. I am applying these three attributes. So just write here print, in double quotations I written name of the file, comma, a.name, where a.name attribute will display file name. My file name is name.txt. So I will get output name.txt, and similarly I written print closed or not in double quotations, comma, a.closed. If file is closed, then it will display true. If file is not closed, it will display false. Here I opened file, but I did not close this file, so it will display output false. And next I written print opening mode in quotations, comma, a.mode. I open this text file in read mode, so I will get output R. These are three file object attributes. Next I will explain what is use of truncate, flush and split methods. At first I will explain what is use of split method. For example, my text file name is file.txt, which is present in local disk D, and this text file contains data, that is hello Ramesh, and in next line I am Nagendra. I will write program by using split method. A equal to open, my file is present in local disk D, so give a local disk D colon slash, file name is file.txt, double quotations close, comma, I want to read data, so open this file in read mode. Reading is nothing but whatever the data that is present in my file, it will display this data in my output screen. Next write here print a.read.split. I am performing two operations. First one is I am splitting this data and I am reading this data. Whenever I run this line of code, I will get output. It will display output in the form of list, and it will split each string with quotations. So I will get output hello, comma Ramesh, comma I, comma am, comma Nagendra. Split method is used to split string. At last we need to close this file. So just write here a.close. This is split method. We are splitting data and we are reading this data. Next I will explain what is use of flush method. For example, I want to add text, how are you? So just I written here a equal to open file.txt in append mode, and I want to add text how are you. So just write here a.write of how are you. But I don't want to add how are you, I want to add hello. So just write here a.flush. This flush is used to flush previous statement. So it will flush this previous statement, and next I want to add hello. So just write here a.write of hello. And at last you need to close this file. So just write here a.close. This is program. If you want to flush any previous statement, then you can use flush method. Next I will explain what is use of truncate method. Truncate method is used to change file size. For example, my text file name is file.txt, and this text file contains data, that is hello India. Guys, just remember that each character will occupy 1 byte of memory. So total there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, space is 1 byte, that is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Total there are 11 bytes. So total this file will occupy 11 bytes of memory. Now I want to change this file size to 5 bytes. So just write here a.truncate of 5. Now it will change my file size to 5 bytes. What are 5 bytes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will remove all these remaining characters. Now my file contains data, that is hello, which is of 5 bytes. It removed remaining bytes. And next write here a.close. And whenever you read this file, you will get output hello. Because we changed this file.txt to 5 bytes. Now I want to read this data. So just write here a equal to open file.txt in read mode, and whenever you write here print a.read, you will get output hello. And at last we need to close this file, a.close. Next I will explain what is persistent data. Data persistency is the concept of storing data in a persistent form. Data which is stored permanently is known as persistent data. It means that data should be permanently stored on disk for further manipulation. Data can be stored permanently by using two ways. First one is by using file. If you save data in file, you can store data permanently. And next, if you save data in database, you can store data permanently. So data persistency can be achieved by using two ways. First one is by using files, and next one is by using database. If you store data in file or database, then later on you can perform various operations on that particular data, like you can modify data, you can delete data, and so on. And every file contains file name. All information stored in a computer must be in the form of file. We will store each and every information in computer in the form of file. There are different types of files like data file, text file, program file, so on. For example, file.txt, it is text file, and for example program.py where it is Python file and so on. Next I will explain what is relative path and absolute path. For example, my file is present in local disk D, and in local disk D inside Nagendra folder there is Python folder, and inside Python folder there is my file. That file name is new.py, where local disk D / Nagendra which is folder / Python which is folder / new.py. This is my file name, and this entire location is known as absolute path. And for example, if I write just Python / new.py, we call it as relative path. Next I will explain what is pickle module. Pickle module, marshal module, shelve module and dbm package. All these are persistent storage modules. That is nothing but by using these modules you can store data permanently. First I will explain what is pickle module. The process of converting any kind of objects like dictionaries, tuples, a list, so on in byte streams, that is in the form of zeros and ones, is called pickling. Pickling is nothing but it is process of converting Python objects like list, tuple, set, dictionaries into binary format is known as pickling, and we can also call this pickling as serialization, or we can also call it as flattening, or we can also call it as marshalling. Python pickle module is used for serializing and deserializing Python objects. Serializing is nothing but it is the process of converting Python objects like list, tuple, set, dictionaries into binary format, that is in the form of zeros and ones, is known as serializing. And deserializing means it is process of converting binary code into Python objects like list, tuple, set, dictionary, so on. I will give an example so that you can clearly understand what is use of this pickle module. Just remember this. Pickle.dump method is used to pickle objects, and pickle.load method is used to unpickle objects. In order to use pickle module, at first you need to import pickle, and after importing pickle module we can do pickling and unpickling. This is example. At first you need to import pickle module. By using import keyword you can import any module. I want to import pickle module. So at first write import pickle, pickle. Let us consider one list. So take here a equal to, where a is object. So write a equal to, I am taking list. List contains 3 items. They are name Sai, 10, btech. Normally in previous example, we stored text in our file. For example, if you consider file.txt, we stored only text files like hello, btech, how are you. All these are text data. Now I want to store list inside this file. Normally we are not storing text data. We are storing list. So in order to store list inside file, just write here b equal to, where b is object, equal to open. Inside open function, and I want to store this list inside my file. My file name is file.txt which is present in local disk D. So just write here b equal to open in quotations, write d / file.txt. I am storing this list inside this file, and in order to store list you need to open this file in write binary mode. We can only use binary mode. We are not storing text, we are storing list. So take here write binary mode. Now I want to copy list which is present in object A to object B. So just write here pickle.dump. By using pickle.dump method, we can copy list which is present in object A to object B. Object B is nothing but file.txt. So just write here pickle.dump a, b. Whenever you run this code, it will store list into my file. That file name is file.txt which is present in local disk D. And we should not open this file directly. If you open this file directly, you cannot see this data. You cannot see list. You can see data like 0, 1, $sign, so on, 0, 1, so on. Actually, whatever the list that we stored inside this file, this is in binary format. So whenever you open this file, you can see data like 0, 1, $sign, so on, which is not in understandable format. And in order to see this list which is present in file.txt, again you need to write code. So at first write import pickle, and next I took here object f. You can take any object. I took here f equal to open. At first we need to open this file. So just write here open d / file.txt. In quotations, comma, whatever the data that is present inside my file.txt, I want to see this data. So you need to open this file in read binary mode because I want to read data. And next write here print, inside print function write pickle.load, and my file is present in object f, so just write here f. Whenever you run this code, you will get output Sai, 10, btech. If you want to add any objects like list or set or tuple or dictionaries inside your file, just write here pickle.dump of a, b, where pickle.dump is used to pickle objects, and next one is pickle.load, where pickle.load is used to unpickle objects. Next I will explain marshal module. Marshal module is same as pickle module. I will give an example. In order to use marshal module, at first you need to import marshal module. By using import keyword, you can import any module. I written here import marshal, and next write here a equal to Sai, 10, btech. Now I want to copy this list to file. That file name is file.txt. So just write here b equal to open file.txt, write binary mode. And next write here marshal.dumps, dumps, marshal.dumps of a comma b. Guys, this module is same as pickle module. Only difference is that in place of writing pickle.dump, write here marshal.dumps. You need to add s here. Whenever you run this line of code, whatever the list that is present in object A, this list is copied to file.txt, which is present in object B. And next I will write another program in order to see output. Just write here import marshal, and next write here f equal to open file.txt double quotations close comma. I want to see output, so just to open this file in read binary mode. And next write here marshal.loads. Whereas in pickle module we need to write pickle.load, but whereas in marshal module you need to write marshal.loads. Add s here. My file is present in object f, so just write here f. Whenever you run this code, you will get output sai, 10, basic. This is marshal module. Next I will explain shelve module. We call this pickle module, marshal module, shelve module and dbm package as persistent storage modules because we are storing data permanently in files and databases. Whereas by using pickle module and marshal module, we can store data permanently in file. And by using shelve module and dbm package, we can store data permanently in databases. So we call these modules as persistent storage modules. Next I will explain what is shelve module. By using shelve module, we can create database. I will write program in order to create database. By using import keyword, you can import any module. I want to import shelve module. So just write here import shelve. And next write here a equal to shelve.open. I want to create database. The database name is test. So just write here a equal to shelve.open, and I want to create this database in local disk D. So just write here d : and I am giving database name as test. Whenever you run this line of code and click enter, it will create database. Now inside this database I want to show dictionary. I want to show dictionaries like name Ajay, age 23 and marks 75. And my database is present in object A. So write here a of name equal to Ajay, and similarly a of age equal to 23 and a of marks equal to 75. After performing this operation, at last we need to close our database. My database is present in object A, so just write here a.close. Whenever you run this code, it will create database with name test, and it will add dictionary name Ajay, age 23 and marks 75 inside my database. And at last we need to close our database by using a.close. We create a database. Next I will explain how to see data on my output screen. So just write here import shelve. Next open database. A equal to shelve.open, and my database name is test, which is present in local disk D. So write d : test. Whenever you run this code, it will open database. My database contains name Ajay, age 23 and marks 75. This is my database name. I want to print this data which is present in database. So just write here print. Inside print write list. I want to print output in the form of list. So write here list of a.items. Whenever you run this line of code, you will get output. It will print output in the form of list. This is my output. Now I want to change age 23 to 25. After writing this line of code, just write here a of age equal to 25. Whenever you run this line of code, it will change age 23 to 25, and at last write a.close. This is program in order to create database, adding dictionaries inside database. Next, how to see data in my output screen. And next, this is program in order to modify data in my database. Explain dbm package, where dbm stands for database manager. By using shelve module and dbm package, we can create database. I'll write program in order to create database by using dbm package. I want to import package, that is dbm. So just write here import dbm, and next write here a equal to dbm.open. I want to create database with name data. So just write here dbm.open, and I want to create this database in local disk D. So write here d : my database name is data.db. Guys, definitely write here .db because we are creating database. We'll create database with .db extension, comma in. If you want to create new database, then you need to use in mode, where n stands for new. And next I want to add data like name Sai. My database is present in object A, so write here a of name equal to Sai, where Sai is string, so take quotations. And similarly, a of age equal to 25, a of marks equal to 75. After performing this operation, at last we need to close our database. My database is present in object A, so just write here a.close. Whenever you run this code, it will create database and it will add data name Sai, age 25 and marks 75 inside my database. And at last it will close my database. Guys, these are various modes available in this dbm package. First one is n, where n stands for new mode. If you want to create new database, use n mode. If you want to read data which is present in database, use read mode. And if you want to write data, use write mode. and where by using C mode you can perform both read and write operations. Guys, in exam you may get question like explain Python modules for serialization and persistency. Whenever this question comes in exam, then you need to write this diagram. And then you need to write pickle module, marshal module, shelve module and dbm package. Serialization is nothing but it is process of converting Python objects like list, set, tuple, dictionaries into binary format, that is in the form of zeros and ones, is known as serialization. And persistency is nothing but permanent storage. By using files and databases we can store data permanently. Next I will explain command line arguments in Python. Normally we will give inputs by using input function, but whatever the inputs that you give on command prompt, then we call those inputs as arguments. And for command line arguments you need to import sys module. I will give one example. At first you need to open any text editor like Notepad, and inside Notepad you need to write import sys. By using import keyword you can import any module. I want to import sys module. So just I written here import sys. After writing import sys, then write print sys.argv. Guys, directly if you write here print argv, it will display error. So definitely write here print sys.argv, where argv stands for argument vector. Whatever the inputs that you give on command prompt, this sys.argv will display all those inputs, including file name. Next I written here print len of sys.argv, where this length function is used to identify length. For example, if I given 4 inputs like 1, 2, 3, 4, then you will get output length 5 because even file name is considered as one input, so you will get output length 5. After writing this program, then you need to save this program. You can give any name to your program. Here I am saving this program with name cmd.py, and I am saving this file in local disk D. I saved this file in local disk D. So you need to open command prompt in same location. So open command prompt in same location, that is local disk D. In command prompt you need to type Python 3, where 3 is version. So just type here Python 3 space your file name. Here my file name is cmd.py, so just type here cmd.py, and here you can pass multiple number of inputs. For example, I want to give inputs like 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't give commas, just give here 1 space 2 space 3 space 4, and whenever you click on enter you will get output cmd.py, because my file name is cmd.py. So at first you will get output cmd.py in single quotations. Next input 1, input 2, input 3 and input 4. This is my output. Whatever the inputs that you give on this command prompt, this sys.argv will display all those inputs including file name. So after giving inputs, whenever you click on enter you will get output cmd.py, which is file name. Next input 1, 2, 3, 4 in single quotations. It will display all those inputs in single quotations, where the cmd.py is present in index number 0, input 1 in index number 1, 2 in index number 2 and 3 in index number 3 and 4 in index number 4. And next I written here print length of sys.argv. It will display length. Total there are 5 inputs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will display output 5. Here file name is also considered as one input. So total there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total there are 5 input values. So you will get length 5. For example, here in place of sys.argv, if you write here sys.argv of 0, then whatever the input that is present inside index number 0 will be displayed as output. Here index number 0 contains file name. So here you will get file name, that is cmd.py. For example, in place of sys.argv 0, if you write here sys.argv of 1, argument which is present in index number 1 will be generated as output. Index number 1 contains argument 1. So we will get output 1. And whatever the arguments that we are passing from command prompt, everything is treated as string. Here I given input 1, 2, 3, 4. This 1, 2, 3, 4 are integer values, but whatever the arguments that we pass from command prompt, everything is treated as string. So this 1, 2, 3, 4 is considered as string, not integer. To explain definition of command line arguments, the arguments that are given after the name of the program in command prompt of operating system are known as command line arguments. And whatever the inputs that you give on command prompt, then we call those inputs as arguments. And we need to import sys module to process the inputs from command prompt. I already said before, at first you need to import sys module, and by using sys.argv we can access command prompt arguments. And whatever the arguments that we pass from command prompt, everything is treated as string. Always sys.argv of 0 is file name. I already said before, file name is present in index number 0. And similarly, sys.argv1, sys.argv2, so on, sys.argvn are arguments. In program, before using arguments, at first we need to import sys module, and after that you need to write print sys.argv. Print sys.argv is used to print arguments that we are passing. Print length of sys.argv is used to display length of arguments, including file name. These are execution steps. At first you need to write program and you need to save program with with .py extension. After saving program with .py extension, then you need to open command prompt in same location. For example, if my file is present in desktop location, then you need to open command prompt in desktop location. And next type here Python. For example, if you are using Python 3, then just type here Python 3. File name .py, and here you can give multiple number of arguments. After passing multiple number of arguments, whenever you click on enter, you will get output. Next I will explain standard files in Python. There are generally three types of standard files that we can use in our program. They are standard input, standard output, and standard error. Standard input is nothing but whatever the data that we give by using keyboard, we call the data as standard input. Standard output is nothing but whatever the data that is displayed on my monitor, we call the data as standard output. If program is successfully executed, then we will get output as standard output. Next I will explain what is standard error. Whatever the error message that is displayed by monitor, then we call that error message as standard error. The standard input, output, and error are located in sys module. So in order to use these standard files, at first we need to import sys module. These are various types of objects that are present in sys module. First one is sys.stdin, that is nothing but standard input. So write here sys, that is nothing but system module. stdin, nothing but standard input. For example, if you want to give any input, then we can use input function. So this stdin is same like input function. In order to give any input, then we use sys.stdin. This stdout and stderr both are same like print function. In order to display output, we use stdout and stderr. I will give an example so that you can clearly understand what is use of this stdin, stdout, and stderr. And in order to use these standard files, first we need to import sys module. So it first write here import sys. I already said before, stdin is same like input function. In order to give input, we use stdin. Normally we will give input like a equal to int of input of enter number. So just same like that, write here a equal to int is nothing but I want to enter only integer value. So I took here int of sys.stdin. So just write here dot, I want to read input. So I took here readline. By using this sys.stdin.readline, we can enter any input. That too we can enter only integer value because I took here function int. So in input function we can give data like enter number. But whereas in stdin, we cannot give any information inside these brackets. If you give any information like enter number inside this, it will display error. And next right here print a. And this print function is used to display output. For example, if I enter value 10, print function will display output 10. For example, if I enter 20, so print function will display output 20. This is use of sys.stdin. For stdin, we use readline method. And next I will explain what is use of stdout. At first you need to import sys module. So write here import sys. This stdout is same like print function. So just write here sys, where this is module name dot stdout. I want to write data. So you need to use your write method. Inside write, I am writing hello. This same like print function. So instead of writing print hello, I written here sys.stdout.write hello. So it will display hello. Next I will explain what is use of stderr. That is nothing but standard error. After importing sys, just write here sys.stderr.write. I want to display output. So just write here write. Inside write, I am writing text. You can give any text. For example, I written here error. So whenever you run this line of code, you will get output error. You will get output in red color. And for stdin, we need to use readlines method. And whereas for stdout and stderr, we need to use write method. This is one more example. Here at first I written import sys. Next I written here sys.stdout.write. Inside this I written enter first number. So whenever you run this line of code, you will get output enter number. Next I written a equal to int of sys.stdin.readline. Whenever you run this line of code, you can enter any number. So you will get output enter first number, and here you can enter any number. For example, if I enter 1, it should display error message. That is in red color. So I written here if a double equal to 1 colon, inside this I written sys.stderr, that is nothing but standard error dot write. Inside this I written error. For example, if I enter value 1, I will get error message. And next else, if I enter any other values like 2, 3, so on, I should get output no error. So inside else I written sys.stdout.write no error. For example, if I enter 1, I will get output error. For example, if I enter 5, then I will get output no error. This is use of sys module. Standard files are classified into three types. They are stdin in order to enter input, and stdout and stderr in order to generate output. Next I will explain file execution in Python. There are various ways we can execute Python file. First one is by using interactive mode. Interactive mode is nothing but you need to open command prompt, and inside command prompt you need to write Python 3. And whenever you write here Python 3, it will open Python. Now you can write Python code inside command prompt. This is first way in order to run Python. And second way is by writing Python script. For example, I open notepad, and inside notepad I written print hello. Now you need to save this file with .py extension. So I given this Python file name as file.py. Now open command prompt in same location and type Python 3, that is nothing but third version. I am using Python third version. So just write here Python 3 space file name. File name is file.py. Whenever you run this line of code in command prompt, you will get output hello. We call it as script mode. Third way to run Python program is by using IDE or text editors. There are so many advanced text editors that are present in order to run Python script. Some of the examples are, this is Sublime text editor, and next one is by using Virtual Studio Code. These are two famous text editors in order to run Python script. And next one is by using IDE, that is nothing but Integrated Development Environment. You can use various IDEs like PyCharm and NetBeans so on in order to run Python script. You can also run Python script from file manager. For example, I created one file like file.py, and inside this file.py I am writing Python script like print hello, and whenever you double click on this file, you will get output, that is hello. This is fourth way. These are 4 ways to execute Python script. Next I will explain sys module, and then I will explain file system. In this file system topic I will explain OS module. Let's get started. Sys module is predefined module in Python. That is nothing but this module is already present in Python, so there is no need of separately installing it. This sys module will provide information about Python interpreter. By using this sys module, we can also find information about constants, functions and methods that are present in Python interpreter. By using import keyword, you can import any module. So in order to use sys module, just you need to write import sys in Python. Next I will explain file system. File system is nothing but directory. Directory is nothing but folder. How to create folders by using Python programming. In order to create folders by using Python programming, you need to import OS module. Python OS module provides the facility to establish interaction between user and operating system. That is nothing but by using OS module, user and operating system can interact with each other. That is nothing but user will create folder in operating system. This OS module is built-in module in Python. That is nothing but this module is already present in Python. So there is no need of separately creating this module. Just by using import keyword, you can import this module and you can use. In order to import OS module, just you need to write import, that is nothing but import keyword and OS. Now you can start using this module. I'll give an example. Guys, these are various types of functions that are available in OS module. First one is mkdir, that is nothing but make directory. Directory is nothing but folder. So in order to create folder, we need to use mkdir function. And next one is rename. In order to rename your folder, you need to use rename function. And rmdir, that is nothing but remove directory. And in order to remove your folder, you need to use rmdir. And next one is chdir. That is nothing but change directory. I want to change location where the file is going to be saved. So in order to change location, you need to use chdir function. And next one is get cwd function. That is nothing but get current working directory. Where my file is going to be saved, it will display that location. By using get cwd function, we can find location where my file is going to be saved. I will explain all these functions by giving example. So at first you need to import OS module. So just write here import OS, and next write here OS dot get current working directory. For example, if you open command prompt in desktop location, then your file will be saved in desktop location. For example, if you open command prompt in local disk D, then your file will save in local disk D. I opened command prompt in desktop location and I opened Python. Now inside this I am writing import OS, and next I written OS dot, where this OS is module name dot, and I written get cwd function, that is nothing but get current working directory. So it will display location, that is desktop. So your file will be saved in desktop location. For example, I want to create one folder in desktop. So at first I written here import OS, and next I am writing here OS dot mkdir. In order to create any folder, you need to use mkdir function, that is nothing but make directory. So write here mkdir, take brackets, and inside this write folder name. I want to create folder named Python. So just write here Python. Whenever you run this line of code, it will create one folder in desktop location with name Python. It will create one folder. That folder name is Python. For example, I don't want to create folder in desktop location. I want to create folder in local disk D. So just write here os.mkdir. I want to create folder in local disk D. So just write here D Python. Whenever you run this line of code, it will create one folder named Python in local disk D. Guys, definitely give here double quotations, or else it will display error. Now I want to change this folder name Python to Python 3. So just write here os dot, by using rename function we can rename any folder. So just write here rename. So take os dot, where OS is module name dot rename. I want to rename Python, which is present in local disk D. So just write here local disk D Python. Take this in double quotations, comma, and I want to change this folder name Python to Python 3. So just write here Python 3 in double quotations. So whenever you run this line of code, then it will change this folder name Python to Python 3. I want to delete this folder Python 3. So just write here os dot rmdir. That is nothing but remove directory. In order to delete any folder, you can use rmdir function. That is nothing but remove directory function. Inside brackets, you need to write your folder name. I want to remove Python 3. So it will remove this folder Python 3. Normally, if you open command prompt in desktop location, then your folders will be saved in desktop location. Now I want to change location. I don't want to save folders in desktop location. I want to save folders in local disk D. So I need to change location.
In order to change location, you need to use chdir function, that is nothing but change directory. It will change location. So just write here import os dot. By using chdir, you can change location. Chdir is nothing but change directory. So just write here os dot chdir. I want to change location to local disk D. So just write here local disk D. Now whatever the folder that you create, it will be saved on local disk D. For example, I want to create one folder. So just write here os dot. By using mkdir function, you can create folder. That is nothing but make directory. I want to create folder. That folder name is btech. So just write here btech. I did not given any location, just I given folder name, that is btech. Because I changed the location to local disk D. So it will create btech folder in local disk D. Guys, for example, I want to open notepad. Just write here os dot. You can use system function. Just write here system. I want to open notepad. Just write here notepad. Whenever you write this line of code and click enter, automatically it will open notepad. For example, I want to open Chrome. Just write here os.system. Inside the system function, you need to write Chrome. So automatically it will open Chrome. Guys, let us consider this example. There is one folder. That folder name is Python, which is present in local disk D. And this folder contains 3 files. They are file, image and first. Where file is text file and img is image and first is Python file. Now I want to check what are the files that are present inside this Python folder by using os module. So just write here import os. And next os dot listdir, that is nothing but list directory. This listdir function will display all files that are present in my folder. Just write here os dot listdir. I want to check what are the files that are present in Python folder which is present in local disk D. So just write here D and this folder name is Python. Whenever you write this line of code and click enter, you will get output. What are the files? Total there are 3 files. It will represent output in the form of list. So inside square brackets you will get output, that is file.txt in single quotations comma image.jpeg and another file is first.py. These are 3 files. So it will represent output in the form of list. But I don't want to get output in the form of list. I want to get output like this, file.txt, and in next line it should print image.jpeg and again in next line it should print first.py. I want to get output like this. Just write here import os and I took here variable, that is a equal to os dot listdir, that is nothing but list directory. This folder is present in local disk D with name Python. I am storing this command in variable a and next I took here for I in a. Whatever the files that are present in Python folder, it will store all those files in variable I, and whenever you write here print I, you will get output file.txt and in next line image.jpeg and again in next line first.py, because print I is nothing but by default it will take /n.